In this video, let's take a closer look at Ken from the Toy Story franchise and figure out why he ends up becoming such an important part of Lotso's group. To understand him properly, we need to start from the beginning, because Ken doesn't just show up as a random side character. Lotso had already been at Sunnyside for a long time before Ken arrived, and by then he had already built the whole system around himself. He knew exactly how to keep control. He put new toys with the toddlers so they'd get treated badly, while he and the toys closest to him stayed with the older kids, the ones who knew how to play gently. That way, he kept the power, kept the comfort, and kept everyone else trapped where he wanted them. When Ken comes into that world, it makes sense that Lotso would do the same thing with him too. He probably gave him a choice that didn't really feel like a choice at all. Join me, stay close to me, and you'll get benefits the others don't have. And Ken is the perfect toy for that kind of manipulation. He's full of insecurity, and you can see that right away. Other toys mock him, call him a girl's toy, and that clearly gets under his skin because it hits a nerve.
What do you expect from a girl's toy?
I'm not a girl's toy! I'm not! Why do you guys keep saying that?
He may have a huge mansion and a ton of clothes, but none of that actually matters when he has nobody to share his life with. He's lonely, and that loneliness makes him easy to control. So when Lotso brings him into his circle, Ken doesn't just get a role, he gets a purpose, he gets to feel important, he gets to feel powerful, he gets to be in charge of the newcomers and help enforce the rules that keep everyone in line. That's what makes Lotso so dangerous. He knows exactly how to use people's weaknesses against them, and he does it with everyone around him, including Ken. Ken ends up clinging to that power because it fills the emptiness he already had. He's not just helping Lotso for no reason. He's trying to cover up his own insecurity by standing next to someone who makes him feel valuable. When Andy's toys arrived and Ken first met Barbie, he was completely taken with her right away. Sunnyside didn't have a Barbie before that, so for Ken, this was a huge deal. For the first time, he had someone he could actually talk to, someone who seemed to understand the life he wanted to have. He was excited to show her everything, especially the dream house and the world he had built for himself, because he had never really had anyone who cared enough to appreciate it.
No one appreciates clothes here, Barbie. No one.
At the same time, Ken was still working for Lotso, and he tried hard to keep that part of his life hidden from Barbie. He didn't want her to see the darker side of Sunnyside, especially the way new toys were treated. Lotso sent the newcomers to a room where they'd suffer, including Barbie's own friends, and Ken stayed quiet about all of it. He was too caught up in the comfort of being with Barbie and too attached to the status Lotso gave him. He liked being important too much to question what was really happening around him. But Barbie eventually found out. Once she saw how Lotso mistreated her friends and locked them up like they didn't matter, she broke up with Ken. That moment hurt him, but even then he kept serving Lotso for a while. That tells us something important about him. He wasn't doing this because he was some pure evil villain from the start. He loved the authority, the attention, and the feeling of control that came with his position. That power meant a lot to him because deep down he was still trying to fill a void. Later on, Barbie pretended she had changed her mind and wanted to be with him again.
Darn it, Barbie. Okay, but things are complicated around here. You gotta do what I say.
I will, Ken. I promise.
Ken fell for it because he wanted to believe it so badly. As soon as he let his guard down, she used that chance to get the information she needed and forced him to tell her where Buzz's manual was. At one point, Lotso ordered his henchmen to push all the toys into the trash, Barbie included. That was the moment Ken finally snapped out of it and stood up for her.
Barbie, wait! Don't do this, Lotso!
She's a Barbie doll, Ken. There's 100 million just like her.
Not to me, there's not.
He told the truth about Lotso and admitted that Lotso had used everyone just to stay on top. From that point on, Ken wasn't Lotso's enforcer anymore. Without Lotso, Sunnyside had completely changed. With Barbie and Ken in charge, it stopped being a place where new toys suffered and became a much more welcoming environment. The newcomers could actually arrive and have fun instead of being treated horribly. Ken changes a lot over the course of the film, and by the end of it, he's clearly become a kinder toy who's finally using his power in a better way.